everyone, I have a really fun tutorial today, and I'm going to show you how to make these Tim Holtz grunge roses that he does, and they're really awesome. And what you're going to need for this project is the number 5 flower layers die, and it has to be the number 5 because you need the 6 petal die. So what you're going to do is you're going to punch out 3 flowers, and if you don't have the die, go ahead and pause this and trace these flowers on your screen. I'll do 2 different sizes here for you, so I'll hold one closer to the camera. Okay, first what you'll want to do is you'll want to make a small slit in between each petal, just like this. And this is your first flower that you're going to be working on right now. And Blake's playing with the door right now, so you'll have to excuse him. Now, in between one of these, you're going to go all the way down to the middle. And to find that center point, you could just fold your flower in half 2 ways. Just like that. So you'll just cut all the way down to the center. Just like that. Okay? Now on your next petal, you're going to do the same thing. Make some small slits in between each petal. And with this one, you're going to cut off 1 whole petal instead of just making a slit all the way down. So I'm folding it in half so I can find that center point. And I'm not being too perfect here because I'm pretty good at guessing. Okay, so I cut off 1 whole petal and save that petal because you're going to use it. And for this one, same thing. Make those slits, but this time you're going to cut off 2 petals. And just going to find that center point. And I'm going to cut off these 2 ugly petals. And what I did for my flowers was I actually brushed the back with Mod Podge because I'm using cardstock instead of grunge paper. So this is going to make the paper much more flexible. Now for your first flower, you're going to get some glossy accents or some fast drying glue. I would recommend glossy accents or zip dry. You could even use a hot glue gun if it's a thinner glue. And what you're going to do is you're just going to bring this petal over on top of that petal. Just like that. And hold it there for a few seconds and give that glossy accents a chance to dry. And if there's some pieces that are overlapping, you can just trim them off. And set that aside, and then you're going to do the same thing with your other petals. I'm going kind of quick here because I want to make sure I do this under 10 minutes. YouTube usually lets me go over 10 minutes, but I don't want you guys to be watching a video forever. That's why I hate doing part 1s and part 2s on videos, because I know I'm impatient and I never ever watch. If I see something like that, I just end up watching the last video. So you're doing the same thing with this one. Just hold it there for a little while. You can use a paper clip to hold those together as well. And now you're going to take your petal and you're just going to curl the petals like this. Curl them down. Then you're going to wrap them around something thin like this. Then you're just going to do this kind of thing to make it look like petals. Then you're going to add some glue. Put some glue on the side there. And because this is a smaller piece of paper, it's a little tougher. It's going to want to come apart, so you're going to have to use a paper clip. I'm just going to stick it in between my wood slats on my table here for now. Then you're going to do the same thing with this petal. Curl it a little bit and then uncurl it a little. And then just twist it around your stick. And then now you're just going to kind of curl these edges out just a little bit. then you're going to use your finger for the rest. And this takes a little bit of practice, so don't feel bad if you don't get it the first try, because I certainly didn't. Alright, so that's going to be the center of your flower, and I'm just going to stick that in there so you can give the glue a chance to dry. Just add a little bit more glue in there. Okay, now for the rest of these, you're just going to curl those petals down. Make it look like a rose. What you got there, Betty? You scrapbooking? Okay, and then last one. And this next part is kind of tricky, so make sure you pay close attention to how I do this, because Tim Holtz actually snips the bottoms of these off, but you don't really need to do that, and I find it more secure the way that I've been doing it. So take your first petal and hold it in your hand just like this, and then you're just going to use a table and you're going to push down. And what this is going to do is it's going to bring that cone up. It's kind of going to turn it inside out. Okay? So see how I've got that cone pushed up? So leave that just like that. You could smash it down if you want to. And then you're going to do the same thing with these ones. And be careful, because you don't want to rip your petals. So you want to hold the inside of your flower quite well. Okay. And then you can just layer it to see how high it is, and if you need to smash it down some more, you can. And I think that's actually pretty good. So do it again with this one. This one gets a little tricky because it's a little harder to do, but you're really just going to be smashing this one anyway. And then check the height there. Now I'm just going to smash it all together. And now you're just going to glue them together. So make sure you put a hefty amount of glue in there, because you want this to be pretty secure. And when you're setting this next layer in, make sure you put this petal in between two petals on the bottom layer. That way you get a nice layered look. And it's not going to line up all the way around, but at least it's going to not be totally symmetrical and square looking. This is why you need the die with 6 petals, because you're going to lose that 6th petal on that bottom layer. And same thing with this one. Press down firmly. You want to get all that goo on both your layers. And then now for these, what you're going to do is you're just going to cut a little bit off of this centerpiece. Get a good hefty amount of glue on there. And you're just going to stick it in the center of this one. Just like that. And some of my glue's coming out there. And now you're going to cut, I would say, about a little less than halfway on that bottom piece. And just poke it out. Now you're going to need a lot of glue for this part, because it's kind of just going to be setting in there. So this is probably where you would want to use your hot glue gun. Then you just stick this thing in the middle. And then let it dry. And then if you need to curl these petals again, you can, since you've been working on it. But that's it. That's basically how you do it. And now I've got a really cool grungy flower. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you try it on your own projects, and thanks for watching.